Little Miss Splendid's picnic surprise. It was a sunny day, and Little Miss Splendid was tired of being in the house. Oh, I think I'll go for a splendid picnic, she announced. Little Miss Splendid packed her picnic basket, picked up her folding chair, and set off for the countryside. She found a splendid spot under a tree beside a stream. I'll set out my picnic, she thought, spreading out her picnic cloth. There were sandwiches, a cream cake, and some biscuits. It looked so splendid that Little Miss Splendid closed her eyes in admiration. Everything I do, she sighed, is so splendid. Some squirrels from the tree above thought the picnic looked splendid too. They ran off with the sandwiches. "Come back, you scoundrels!" yelled Little Miss Splendid. The squirrels took no notice. They gobbled up the sandwiches. Then Mr. Silly approached. He was out jogging. But being Mr. Silly, he was jogging backwards. Isn't that silly? Of course, Mr. Silly could not see where he was going. He ran through the middle of Little Miss Splendid's picnic and tread on the cream cake. Squish! The jet of cream squirted into Little Miss Splendid's face. "You silly man!" scolded Little Miss Splendid, wiping the cream from her face. "Thank you," said Mr. Silly. "Yoo-hoo!" called a familiar voice. It was Mr. Tickle. "May I join you?" he asked politely. Little Miss Splendid, like anyone polite. "Of course," she replied. So Mr. Tickle helped himself to the biscuits with his long arms across the stream. Mr. Tickle ate the biscuits, raised his hat again politely, and departed. Now, Little Miss Splendid had nothing left of her picnic. "I'll just sit here and look splendid," she decided. Suddenly, there was a loud roar. And a cloud of dust covered Little Miss Splendid. "Ah!" she spluttered. The dust was coming from Mr. Funny and Mr. Noisy. They were having a car race. "They don't know who's the winner," complained Little Miss Tiny, "so they won't stop." Suddenly, Little Miss Splendid had an idea. A splendid idea. She tied her picnic cloth to a stick and waved it at a racing cars as they sped past. The black and white squares looked just like a proper motor racing flag. Mr. Funny and Mr. Noisy screeched to a halt. "It's a dead heat," announced Little Miss Splendid. "You're both winners." Everyone was so pleased that the noisy, dirty race was over that they treated Little Miss Splendid to a slap-up meal in a restaurant. "This is simply splendid," she beamed.